Hello, I'm Sukhwinder Kaur, Assistant Professor, Department of Economics, G.G.D.S.D College, Hariana, Hoshiarpur. I'm going to discuss the second SEM topic, role of commercial banks in economic development. Commercial banks play a very significant role in economic development of less developed countries like India. Commercial banks are a nerve center of any country's capital market, industrial, as well as trading activity. In the words of Thirlwall, bank can encourage thrift and allocate savings more productively than otherwise by offering a return on saving to be used outside the sector in which they may operate. Banks can help to break down sectoral bottleneck and to maintain uniformity interest rates. Following are the observations highlighting the role of commercial banks in economic development. Following are the main points to explain the role of commercial banks in the economic development. First is helpful in the mobilization of saving and capital formation. Commercial banks offer facilities of deposits through so many accounts like FD, fixed deposit accounts, recurring deposits, RD account, home safe account. This stimulates thrift as well as attracts idle saving into organized capital market of the country. By extending credit facility to the investors and entrepreneurs, banks convert saving into capital formation, which is instrumental variable of growth and development of any economy, especially less developed economy. Second is helpful in innovations. Commercial banks are helpful in innovations. Commercial banks play a very important role in innovations. Innovations stimulate the process of growth through new technology, discovery of new markets for the existing products as well as new products for existing market. Innovations are the offshoots of research and development division of different producing units in the country. Next is helpful in the effective implementation of monetary policy. Monetary policy, one of the instrument in the hands of government to control money supply, credit creation in the economy, to bring to increase economic growth, economic development, full employment in the country. Commercial banks plays a very important role in the implementation of the monetary policy. An organized system of commercial banking is almost a precondition for any monetary discipline sought to be achieved through any type of monetary policy. Next is banks influence interest rate. Banks influence the rate of interest as well as structure of interest rate by means of credit creation. Accordingly, the banks influence the volume and pattern of investment. So very vital in the context of growth and development in less developed countries like India and other Asian countries. Helpful in the development of priority sector. Commercial banks contribute their might in the development of priority sectors of the economy. The banks help to achieve the objective by means of its selective credit policy. Banks in less developed countries often engaged in fostering the enterprising interests of the farmers and small scale industrialists with the view to improve the rate of production, attaining self-sufficiency in food grain production and achieving equitable distribution of income and property. Next, helpful in productive activities and exports. Commercial banks are helpful in stimulating economic activity and expanding exports in less developed countries. Productive activities both in agriculture as well as industrial sector of this economy can be sustained and stimulated only when credit needs of the sectors are judiciously fulfilled at reasonably low rate of interest. Also, export base can be expanded only when exporters are offered easy finance facility. Commercial banks are expected to play a constructive role, an important role in this context. Agricultural finance. Agriculture, one of the main occupation in most of the developed countries, and agriculture is the main occupation in India. Major part of our GDP comes from agriculture. Agriculture is the backbone of most underdeveloped countries, most GDCs. Availability of credit at a low rate of interest at appropriate time. In agriculture, rate of interest in agriculture, most important is not low rate of interest, it's appropriate time. Availability of credit at low rate of interest at appropriate time and in adequate amount is of utmost importance for the development of agriculture. By meeting the need of agricultural finance in adequate measure, commercial banks help to develop agriculture in almost every economy, especially underdeveloped economy like India. Provision of consumer credit. In the age of consumerism, people of underdeveloped countries remain deprived of the consumption of consumer durables. The standard of living remains low. Commercial banks help lift their standard of living by providing them consumer credit in ample measure. Employment. In underdeveloped countries, commercial banks finance self-employment projects. To the younger generation, banks provide cheap credit for running their own industry and own trade. As a result, employment opportunities increase in the country. Promotion of banking habits. Banking habits in the countries like India and all underdeveloped countries are not at the desired level. Most of the people in underdeveloped countries are not bank minded. People avoid banking by providing so many facilities to small depositors. Banking habits are promoted among them. Thus, they serve as bridge between the savers and investors. From the above discussion, it is clear that commercial banks are really very important for the economic development and play a very important role, a crucial role in the context of growth and development in almost every sector. Everywhere, in innovations, in the implementation of monetary policy, for the development of priority sector, for the promotion of exports, to promote agriculture, to promote consumerism, to increase employment in the economy, to promote the banking habits among people of the country. Commercial banks are playing a very crucial role in less developed countries by offering a well organized capital market catering to all the financial needs of various sectors of the economy. Thank you.